But we start going outside to go downstairs to go to the Uber. And at the same time, Garnt was running outside too, because I think he also got overwhelmed. And so we were just hanging out and talking with Garnt for like 20 minutes to a half hour because our first Uber driver just canceled on us. He said, I'm here. And then he canceled on us. And so I didn't even know if Garnt would remember me from when we hung out before. But he was all like, oh my God, yeah, well, the one thing I remember most from when we hung out in Japan was the time you said that the sushi in LA was better than Japan. And I was like, I said that? Was I f***ed up? Was that, what the f***? He said, yeah, that I had to take a breather. That was horrific that you would even say that. And I said, you know what? I think it was before we had omakase. Because after we had omakase, I said, never mind. I was silly and I was wrong. Japan sushi outsold. I told him that and he said, oh, you saved it. You saved yourself. You saved it. You saved it. And we were just hanging out and talking. And then the vibe started getting a little crazy. Because as we were talking, there was this group of people that decided to smoke and blunten right next to us. Literally right fucking next to us. And I was getting secondhand smoke death because I have really bad asthma. I cannot be near people who smoke cigarettes. Or if you're smoking tobacco, I just can't have it near me because my asthma acts up and then I can't breathe. But these people were doing a group little smoke circle with their little cigarettes. And it was just going right in our faces. And me and Lucy and Yuzu looked like we were on our last strand of sanity and hope for being alive. And then we died. We got into the Uber finally, and we were just talking. It was me, Lucy, Yuzu, and Sho in the Uber. Yuzu got let off first, and then it was my turn. So it was me, Sho, and Lucy just yapping along. And then we finally got to my place, and then I get out of the car, and I just go straight to my room because I was so freaking tired. I got out of the car, and some dude kept staring at me. I stared back, and then I realized he was looking at me because I looked silly in my maid outfit. But I was dead. But then I went back up to the room with all of the IRL girlies, which was Hami, Lonky, Avery, and my friend Kino. And we were all hanging out. We got like, what, Yoshinoya? Is that the place? The beef bowl place? And it was yummy. And then we went to sleep. And then I woke up. And it was around 7 in the morning. I was showering so I can go early again with Mina before everything opened because Yurei is this artist who had all of these things that I wanted to buy, that I tried to buy, that she talked about on her stream, that I tried to buy, and then they refunded me everything because everything was like sold out. So I wanted to go early with the industry pass before everybody showed up to get a spot in the line. So we were getting ready to meet up with each other, and I had my cosplay. Because this was also the same day as my meet and greet. So I was in a panic. I was in a rush. Everybody else was sleeping. And I get up and then I'm getting ready to leave. I had everything. And then I said, wait a minute, I'm forgetting my bag. And I look everywhere. Could not find my bag. I said, that's strange. I wonder if I left it in the Uber. So then I'm just kind of laying down for a second and looking at my phone. And all of a sudden, I get a text message asking if I made a purchase of $1,000 at Starbucks. Well, now I know where my bag went. I got fucking robbed. And then I decided to check my cards, and I looked at the previous purchases and noticed that right before this, they spent $1,700 at a random liquor store, and then $500 at the mall, and then was trying to spend another $1,800 and $1,400 on my fucking cards. And they also spent like $3,000 on my other credit cards. And I just got really mad at this point. And all of the other girlies woke up. I was sharing a room with Lonky and Hami. And they woke up and I said, guys, I got robbed. And they said, what the f-? And everybody, like Avery and Kino, came in to the hotel room as well. And all of them were cosplaying Chainsaw Man, and I was dressed as Demon Numi. And so then I saw exactly the location of where these purchases were had. And I immediately look at my map and notice that this bitch went on foot. This person was on foot the whole fucking time. So they were in the same area. And the one location that they spent over $1,000 at was Starbucks. So I called this Starbucks and this man on the phone, and I said, did somebody try to spend $1,000 at this Starbucks recently? And they said, oh yeah. Oh, I'm really sorry. I said, yeah, I think this person stole my card. Do you know what they look like? This blonde bitch took my wallet and took my bag, and he gave me a whole profile on what this woman looked like. So I had a full profile of this woman. I had every single previous purchase and where she was and the most current location that she was at. She was 10 minutes away from me, but it was in a different city. But she was 10 minutes away from us, but I had my meet and greet. And so I said, maybe I'll just call and report them to the police because I have the full profile and I know where she is. So they can just get my shit back because she was committing fraud. It not only had all my cards, but it also had my ID and every single thing that belonged to me. But the thing that pissed me off the most was this was a very sentimental bag to me that I bought with Hami together 2 years ago. And she's like my best friend. And so I really love that bag. I brought it with me everywhere. I think in almost every pic that you see of me, I was usually wearing this bag. And so I said, okay, yeah, surely we'll be able to do this. We have the profile. It was fraud. I called the cops and they just yelled at me. And then they said, no, there's nothing we can do because it's not in our city. You're going to have to call this police station instead. So I hang up and I call the other one. And they're fucking mean to me too. And then the lady on this one was like, no, you can't do this because it was not stolen in this city. It was stolen in LA. So you need to call that. And I'm like, but she's literally in your city now. I have her full profile. She's right there. She literally just tried to make another purchase. She's right here. And then she said, no, you can file a missing item report, but we can't send anybody out because it wasn't stolen in this city. So then I call 911 instead because I'm like, maybe they can, because one of the people we talked to was a little nicer and said maybe they can get you more direct access. And so I said, yeah, sure. Yeah, let's just do that. So then they said maybe they can send somebody to go monitor the area. And so then I called them and they put me on hold directly when they realized that it wasn't an emergency. And then it wasn't until 20 minutes. And I genuinely think in the time that I've been on hold, we literally could have fucking pulled up and did it ourselves. But I had a meet and greet, so I couldn't do it. Yeah, so I was about to pull up with my friends and their Chainsaw Man cosplays and then me and my Numi fit. I was about to post up, bro. But we couldn't do anything, and I had my meet and greet. My meet and greet, I ended up being a half hour late too because I was dealing with talking to these people on the phone that didn't do shit. And then they denied my stolen item report. They denied it, so nothing happened. So at that point, that was when I made my tweet right here saying, hey y'all, maybe late to my meet and greet, just got robbed. So, I was not in a good mood. And that really just killed the mood for this entire day. It really did kill the mood for the entire day because, nobody likes having things taken from you. And especially when it's one of the most sentimental things. I had to wait to get replacement shit, so I couldn't even finish recording for my special with Mina. I said, sorry, Mina, I have to pull up later. I just got robbed. She said, what the fuck do you mean by that? And the funny thing is, what happened to me wasn't even the worst thing that happened to us over the weekend. Those are the things that I can't even bring up on stream. But, this was just one of the things that takes the cake for me. But one really nice thing was when I told my talent agency about what happened, they fucking pulled up and searched the area and went to every single place that the lady spent money at and got more profiles on this person and filed witness reports for me. So thanks to my agency for that. That was really nice of them. They didn't have to do that. And I said, if you see them, tackle them until I get there so I can teach her a lesson.